Hermes boutique will cost you 38,000 USD. But what is the real cost out of the factory? Today I'm going to break it down in front of you, step by step. First thing first, Hermes only use the leathers from the 3 top-level suppliers. One is called Beauty from Italy. Second is Weinheim from Germany, and the third is Paz from France. One piece of Togo leather, same leather as this one, will cost 250 USD. And one piece of the leather is only enough to make one Birkin, okay? And next, thread. And of course, for Hermes Birkin, the thread is also the best top level. It's called Fil al Chinois from France. This is actually the Rolls Royce in thread. For each bag, the cost is 25 USD. And then hardware. See, this hardware is called 316 hardware. It's also known as the ocean stainless steel because it can withstand the erosion of seawater. It's the best stainless steel. For one piece of bag, the hardware will cost 150 USD. The edge oil. This edge oil is imported from Italy. It's called heat sealed edge oil. For each bag, it will cost 50 USD. The interior lining, it used lambskin imported from France. Each bag, the cost will be 100 USD. And also inside, there is a zipper from Riri brand. And the zipper for one bag is 10 USD. And then the cost of human resource. The French artisans is much more expensive than Chinese artisans. To finish one bag, the human resource cost will be 600 USD. Package, this is not that expensive, it's 10 USD. So now to sum those up, the total cost will be 1,400 USD for one Birkin out of factory. But why Hermes will charge you 38,000 USD for one bag? That's because more than 90% of the price is paid for its logo. But you don't care about the logo. You just want same quality, same material, just buy from us. Because for our bags, we use exactly same material, same leather, same hardware, same edge oil. The only difference is one, we don't have the logo, so we don't have to pay so much amount of money just for that logo. And second, our human resource is much cheaper. This is why this bag from our factory only costs you 1,000 USD, but even better.
Baby, I'm over here screaming. Ignore this. I just got a shower. China is eating our asses up. they're actually, baby, they're eating everybody up. That motherfucker said, step into the light, Caroline. Them bags ain't being made in Italy. They're being made right here in China, being repackaged in Italy, and they're putting that little stamp, made in Italy. He said, does the quality change if you saw made in China? He said, how would you feel if you found out it was made in China? He said, come to me and get the product. China said, y'all gonna go low, we gonna drive y'all to hell. Baby, I just want y'all to know, if y'all see my sisters with some Birkins, they the real Birkins, we went straight to China. Hey, I mean, if I can get them a Birkin for 200, 300, and it's the real spill deal, I don't mind that motherfucker saying made in China. I hope they don't either. They're just gonna be a Merry, Merry Christmas around here. I'm going straight to the dealer. What? Baby, they done cut the middleman. This is like the plug. I ain't got to go to the store no more. I can go to the dealer himself. China. Any Chinese person that see this, they got them, they was calling replicas, go ahead, hit the DM. Hit the D and the M. I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of y'all for standing on motherfucking business, and I love waking up to the bullshit. I just love it. China, do your thing, baby. Show out and show up, okay? Now, my sister might not get no Birkins, because I don't even care for no shit like that, but, yeah, I want some shit. Listen, China, I'm here. I stand. Let's go. Let's ride, baby.
Factories like this kind, laboring tested for working tested, are very rare to see now. Because one, the human resource cost is getting higher and higher. Two, many enterprises are switching to automated production line. But why we're still keeping such a big force of workers? Because first, our profit margin is very low actually. So we are able to support say as long as there's a tag saying made in China, the bag can never be luxury. However, in fact, more than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China. But those luxury brands just won't acknowledge that. They take almost finished bags from China factories back to their own factories and just do the repackaging and logo installing, something like that. That way, the bags will appear at their boutiques as made in Italy or made in France. You know, those sophisticated European countries, which make you feel mysterious, royal, and thus luxury. Now, close your eyes. Let's just do a little, very easy experiment in your head, okay? Imagine that you have an Hermes bag, and suddenly the label on it changed from made in France into made in China, while everything else, like leathers, zippers, and hardware, remain the same. Do you suddenly feel that your bag is not as luxury as before? If you do, that means you have been misled and poisoned by the market campaign of those luxury brands for too long. Welcome to the real world. Now you see, those bags are made in China by our intelligent and diligent Chinese artisans. Let's not be poisoned and misled by the market campaign any longer and be a real person. Buy a bag from us, from our factory in China. See the real world for yourself.
Baby, I done seen so many Chinese manufacturing videos and how to ship door to door from China to avoid the tariff videos this morning. Also, did you know they're selling ready-made houses over there for $10,000? Ready to ship, delivered, the DHL way. That's crazy. But that besides the point. Damn near every live I stroll by, somebody from China selling luxury handbags, luxury watches. I done seen the Rolex for about $50. Hey man, I know for a fact won't be now another extension around this motherfucker. It won't be now another extension. And what's the buddy? Sin Bags, who's selling the luxury purses and stuff. He listening to Gunno Lavish. Stop being humble, fuck nigga. You letting all these luxury handbag companies pop their shit. It's time for you to pop your shit now. Hey, they let the cat out the bag now. I just need to know how I can get a Mac without the Apple on it. If one thing tell me that, I'm good. I'm straight there.
Do you recognize this style, this bag? Of course you do. For the past more than 30 years, we have been OEM factory for most of the luxury brands around the world. Gucci, Prada, Coach, Louis Vuitton, you name it. But for this, I am not proud because we were only making our wages. The profit margin for the people who are actually making the bags is very low. What I'm really proud of is that first, we have the best quality control. Two, we have the best craftsmanship. You know, Chinese craftsmen are always intelligent and diligent. Three, we have the most complete supply chain. We always get what we want, like zippers, accessories of any kind, any color, and leathers immediately. Now, as the USA and its little European brothers are trying to refuse Chinese goods, don't you think luxury brands are not trying to move their OEM out of China? Yes, they did, but they failed because the OEM factories out of China, they don't have good quality control and they don't have as good craftsmanship. Their workers are either too expensive or too lazy. Three, they don't have any supply chain. They always have trouble getting leather or zippers or any accessories. That is why they failed, and that is why we will always be the best OEM factory for luxury brands. Why don't you just contact us and buy from us? You won't believe the prices we give you.
It was bad, but it's hilarious. You know that Donald Trump has now exempted smartphones and computers from all tariffs. So basically, what they're tariffing is cheap stuff and clothes. And oh boy, did Donald Trump mess with the rocket? You don't mess with clothes manufacturers, because quality wash parcel that in England and every other country is about 10 to 12 pounds, so about $15-20. It cost them 5 pence each to make. 5 cent. 5 cent. This trade war is actually more entertaining. It would be super entertaining if it wasn't so bad for everyone involved. But this stuff is hilarious. Go have a look. Go check these things out. I'm Alvarez.
Behind every luxury label is a story, but this time it's not coming from Paris or Milan, it's coming from the factory floor in China, and it changes everything. For decades, luxury fashion sold us a dream: Italian leather, Parisian runways, and made in France labels. But behind the scenes, much of it was made in China, and now the people behind the curtain are pulling it back. Recently, Chinese manufacturers have begun identifying themselves as the real creators of luxury goods. In viral videos on social media, factory owners reveal the truth. They've been making bags, shoes, and clothes for the world's biggest brands for years, silently. But here's the twist: many of these products are made in China, then quietly shipped to Italy, France, or Spain for one final step: either attaching a logo, adding a label, or boxing the item. That simple detour legally earns them a Made in Italy tag and justifies a markup of thousands of dollars. And now that the veil is lifting, these same factories are asking a provocative question: why not just buy it from us directly? Manufacturers are now wanting to completely cut out the middlemen. With the rise of live stream shopping, e-commerce platforms like Alibaba and TikTok Shop, they're speaking directly to you, the consumer, and their offer: the same quality for a fraction of the price.
How much I am enjoying all of this back and forth discourse on TikTok regarding luxury goods and where they're actually made. I've been screaming this forever. Even if I was a billionaire, do not believe that I would spend the money on luxury goods. And I'll tell you why. I've known this about China and how they produce a majority of the luxury goods for years. I worked for a major fashion women's retailer. I worked at their headquarters for 22 years. Most all of our products were made overseas in China. I had lots of dealings with different vendors, and this is the way business is done. China is cheap labor. If you think your luxury goods are any different, they're just not. You have been brainwashed. This is why I really have to hold my tongue sometimes when I see people come on and bash the Yellow App girlies that are, putting their links, like myself. Like I purchase from the Yellow App quite often, and the reason I purchase is because I know from years of experience, I know that the handbag quality, that the quality of the leather, that the quality is the same. Now, are there some bad ones? Yes, absolutely. Do you have to be discerning and do your homework and do your research and purchase from reputable sellers? Yes. But don't ever come for the Yellow App girlies, because we know, and we've been knowing this secret for a very long time. There is no need, there is no sense in spending and soaking thousands of dollars. And I see some of these young girls that are taking entire savings, or they're going through Afterpay and doing these huge payments on bags that cost thousands of dollars that are no better quality than the ones you can get direct from China. Don't be fooled by these luxury corporations. If you want to spend thousands of dollars on something, go put it into yourself, put it into your body, put it into a trip. Take a cruise, go somewhere, go to Italy. Do the things that really are worth the money, because I can tell you right now, those designer bags are not it, girls. They're not it. You would be shocked.
Purple season is here, and we are seeing Chinese are retaliating back on against the tariffs which the US is forcing them to pay. So Chinese manufacturers are exporting luxurious goods from US who are normally producing in China, and of course they sell it like 4 times, even 10 times the normal price. So literally they're showing you where in China they're being manufactured, how they're being manufactured, and exactly how much you can get at a normal price, at a cheaper rate, if you order directly through the manufacturer in China. Are they legit? Yes. Are they exactly like the brands which they're being sold in France or in Europe or maybe in USA? Yes. This is what happens. Normally what happens is the company from US or in Europe, those are the luxurious company, they order they give orders to manufacturer in China. They give them the specimen, what they want, what they require, of course all the details, and they manufacture in China. They are going to do like 80% or 90% of the product. Then they ship those products to maybe Europe. Then when they reach to Europe, they usually just put the label and then they say made in Italy or made in France or made in USA, and then they are sold in the shops of the companies where you see the logo. So company like Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and many others, this is what is happening. So Chinese manufacturing companies are telling customers directly here on TikTok and other social media pages that if you want this certain of product or this type of watch or this type of luxurious brand you're looking for, then you can get directly in this manufacturer, because this is what we sell, because we are usually told by certain company to produce products for them. So this is it's a open secret. There are people who have known about this for a long time, especially other parts of the world. Like people in Africa, they knew about this. People in Asian countries, they knew about this. People in other parts of the world, they knew about it. Even some people in US, they used to know about it. The problem is people used to look down on this brand. They usually say, oh, what can China do? You know, that kind of thing, where you are looking down on China products. You're saying, oh, they cannot make luxurious product. But if you ask an American, if they look around their house and ask which item is being made 100% made in America, they'll look around and they'll tell you 0. 99% of whatever America is using, from the kitchen to electronics, all of them are being made in China. And they're the first people to say Chinese brands are of poor quality. So does it mean now Americans, the things you consume or the things you buy from your supermarkets are of low quality, especially electronics, especially luxurious products? Because that's basically who the Chinese have done. Chinese have gone, look at Apple phones. Apple is being produced in China, and that is the reality. And even the CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, he came out and said Apple is being made in China because of the cheap labor, because they have the skills, they have the know-how, and they literally do mass production. So if they can create or they can produce Apple phones, if they have these hybrid electric vehicles, which are literally the best in the world right now, what makes you think other they're going to make poor quality when it comes to other products? I mean, you need to look at the bigger picture. You need to open your eyes. You need to get out of this being brainwashed, because let's call a spoon or a big spoon. These tariffs, in a way, it's like a silver lining to most American citizens, because right now you're being shown where you can buy this product at a normal price, at a, products which you used to pay like 5 times, 10 times